Hey, Bob Filka here for the Friday Finish, the week of August 21st. It's summer. You would think, hey, all those government people are on vacation, they're not doing anything. But this week, the state of Michigan's Bureau of Construction Codes did unveil a proposal to change Michigan's energy code and how it impacts residential construction. It's been 8 years since the state's updated its codes, and we firmly believe, as your state association, that we should update those codes. In fact, state law says we're supposed to do that at least once every 6 years, so we're 2 years behind. You may, in the coming weeks, hear that we are objecting to what the administration is trying to do in implementing the 2021 International Energy Conservation Code here in the state of Michigan. And the reason we are going to oppose, we're going to do more than oppose. We've actually offered an alternative proposal to the state that would achieve similar energy efficiency targets, but at a lower cost, a third of the cost of what the state is proposing. So just want to set the record straight that your state association is not objecting to improving energy efficiency in homes that are built in Michigan. To the contrary, we're simply saying if we're going to do that, we need to do so in a cost-effective way that balances environmental protection with cost. Because if we don't do this right, fewer homes will be built, more people will be forced to live in substandard housing, which is not good for the environment. So just want to make sure all of you understand that your state association is not trying to stand in the way of progress. We're working to facilitate a solution that works for everybody. And with that, and with all the great work that she does, I want to turn things over to Dawn Crandall, our EVP of Government Relations, for an update from the Capitol. Dawn.
Thanks, Bob, and welcome to this week's edition of the Friday Finish. It's been a crazy last few weeks. Hopefully you attended the amazing summer conference that Diana Dixon on our team put together last week at the Grand Traverse Resort, and you were able to participate in some sessions, hear some great speakers. Maybe you sat in on my The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and the Pints and Politics and the Skill to Build sessions. Happy to hear your feedback on that. But we are back, keeping busy in Lansing, and this week was no different. So yesterday I had the pleasure of going to Grand Rapids and seeing Senate Bill 129, which you might remember Senator Singh introduced, which is the tax increment financing bill, go from introduction to production. We were with the Lieutenant Governor and Senate Majority Winnie Brinks and Mayor Bliss and the Housing Michigan Coalition at the old Seymour Christian School in Grand Rapids. And that former school is going to be transformed into 27 family housing units using the newly signed TIF tool. So that is amazing to watch, what we do in Lansing actually be put to use in communities to create more housing. We have 29 session days. They come back on the 5th of September until they break for the Holy Grail hunting season. So we expect the next 29 days to be extremely busy when they come back. The governor is giving her fall speech of what she sees her agenda to be in the next, from now until the end of December or whenever they break on August 30th. So we will have a report on that next week on the Friday Finish. And we are beginning meetings with the members of the Joint Committee on Administrative Rules. You may have seen that Laura put out their Chapter 10 and 10A Energy Code rules, and we are starting to meet with members of that committee to let them know how we feel about those. So hopefully you have a fabulous weekend. Hopefully if you were in a storm area this week, you were not without power, and if you are without power, hopefully you get it back soon. But have a great weekend, stay safe, and we'll see you next Friday.
And that's a wrap for the Friday Finish. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. I hope you survived the storms this week that came through, and we'll see you next week.